2026 of Roll with the Fox. As you know, it's a live program. So, guys, live questions take priority. We do have some things that we usually prepare beforehand. Just, it's either questions I've gotten over the last week or something that's a hot topic. But as you know, the live questions take priority. So, start asking away if you have something. The topic that we thought we would address is sort of omoplata follow-ups when you get sort of very specific looks. So actually, not yet. By the way, this is Charlie Lolak. He's one of my purple belts. Anyways, so guys, one of the things that I've been talking a lot about in the last 2 weeks is sort of bothers me that when you look at sort of little guys, in a room, when they train jiu-jitsu or spar, you don't see a lot of submissions, and the submissions you see, it's going to be usually, very, very rudimentary, not necessarily sort of armbar, omoplata, triangle from the guard. You almost see, you rarely see that. And so I'm thinking about it because those are some of the submissions that we learn from day one, right? You go to fundamental class, you learn, cross collar choke from the guard, you learn armbar, you learn triangle, you learn omoplata. And by the time the guys get to purple belt and above, a lot of the guys, they haven't triangled a guy in 3 years. So, there's black belts that haven't triangled, and it's not like, yeah, I understand if you're 5'6" and 225 pounds, you're probably not going to be triangling people. But they, normal, more regular build, they haven't triangled anybody in 3 years. So is the triangle a bad submission or omoplata a bad submission? And the reality is, the answer is no, I think. I think the answer is yes. It's a good submission. The problem is most people, when they get to the higher levels, they train with higher level guys, and those guys know how to escape them. So they don't have that submission honed well enough, precisely enough to be able to actually put the guy in a serious threat or finish him, and they don't have follow-ups. Now that second part of the answer becomes even more important for omoplata. Again, as we talk about repeatedly, is when you put somebody in a dangerous situation from your guard, usually if they've got to give you something, they give you omoplata because they either take it and lose it or not make anything out of it. So I spent quite a lot of times the last 10 years to really play around with a lot of follow-ups from omoplata because they're very situation specific. That's the problem. There could be literally 10, 15 different responses depending on how the guy is reacting. And it's become a huge part of my arsenal. So either we go with that or you guys have questions. What's going on there?
We have a lot of good mornings, MJ, Elod.
What's up, guys?
I think omoplata is the topic for today.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, let's look at a couple of unorthodox sort of looks. We're gonna go this way so they can see. So when I hit an omoplata, let's go this way. So guys, one of the most important things you need to do is, when I'm hitting an omoplata, I focus on keeping the inside leg bent. This is the leg that controls his arm. The rest of my body, it can be doing, propping itself up, going, under his feet, whatever you need to do, going under his torso, going over. So, and this leg usually serves as a pendulum to help me get up, pull myself forward and so forth. One of the looks that some people will give you, and again, guys, these answers are very situation specific. So sometimes as you start to hit the omoplata, the guy starts to drive. When that happens, guys, what I'll do is leave the bottom leg, kind of kick it in, and throw the top leg over and pull it. And now I am on the guy's back. We're gonna do that again. And guys, again, as you know, you've been watching for a while, I do have an app. It's available on Apple, as well as Google, laptop, and everything else. Silver Fox BJJ .app. if you need to look it up or you want information about it. 5 free days, guys, so you can peruse it. If you like it, you can, continue the subscription. If you don't, then, and we're offering 30% off, by the way. So if you want to check out in more detail, so basically the strategies on YouTube, we kind of go, because people's attention spans are very narrow. Instagram is like, okay, here's your 3-second look into that very complex sequence. YouTube is, okay, here's your 8 minutes look, and then we break it down more detailed on the app. So if you want a specific technique, and it's very well organized, it took me a year and a half to kind of organize it in a logical sense. I think it's easy to sort of look at it any way you choose and find techniques. Anyways, so we're gonna do more detail. I'm gonna show it one more time. I wanna go over also the 2 other ones, because again, these are very specific instances, but they're very important because a lot of times people lose it. So again, I need the guy, so so you see he's kind of, don't move, Charlie. He's pushing into my legs, right? Because he already knows it's gonna be hard for him to possibly hop over, but he's basically kind of collapsing my hips. So from here, it's gonna be very difficult for me to get the traditional omoplata. When I feel this, I'm gonna bring my top leg over, and if you can sit up pretty quick, Charlie, turn up this way, you can actually see his arm, his left arm gets trapped. It's a thing of beauty, and from here, it's a very easy rear naked choke. So if you sit up, when I hit this and you sit up quickly, his arm gets trapped. But again, it's very specific. You don't do that when the guy's just defending square. Man, those little dogs next door to us, man, there must be some vicious battle over there. Anyways, so that is sort of when the guy kind of leans into you. If he's kind of defending just kind of square, this is not the time. He has to kind of like start to lean into your hips, okay? Now, this one is very important against big, strong guys that you basically, what they do is they're stiff. Yeah. That's Charlie's.
He is strong. He is.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did the high rocks together, I can confirm.
I don't know what high rocks means, but Aaliyah is very keen on it. So Aaliyah and Charlie did high rocks together, whatever that means. If you know what it is, guys, you should be impressed. So this is the where a big guy sort of, let's slide over. Where's that ball? So where the guy kind of just postures and stays here. And we talked about perpendicular and tried to posture up, but if the guy is strong and stays like this, it's going to be hard. I'm trying to move him over and he's just not budging. When that happens, guys, I'm going to do it again. What I'm going to do is put my weight into my knees, bounce my hips up, and throw my legs over, and I pull him back. And again, we wind up in a rear naked choke. I actually hit this at a seminar. The guy was very strong, and I hit it on him. He actually, it was as a black belt, but as soon as he actually ran. So as soon as I did, he kind of ran forward. I ran him down. I wound up on top, passing his guard off that sequence. But I realized that this is a really good thing. I didn't have it quite honed to that same extent. I'm going to do it one more time. So I want to go over one more scenario. So let's go this way. So again, because I want you to see the movement of my body. So again, he postures up and refuses to, it's hard to budge. When that happens, guys, I'm going to put pressure on his nose. Charlie, stay. I thought you were strong. So put all my weight into my legs. What I'm going to do, you can actually support yourself on the outside arm, not the inside. So I push and bounce. From here, I just pull. If Charlie runs, so if he runs, I'm going to run him. Now, at least, again, imagine this is usually a guy that's bigger and stronger than you are. So imagine you still running him down. That's a good thing. The last one is actually very interesting. I have one of my students. He's not the biggest guy by any means, but he's really good with this escape where he just kind of lifts you up. This happened in UFC actually fairly recently in the last 6 months, where the guy Goody Nelson was fighting, I forget who, and the guy actually Goody had him in a good omoplata, and the guy just stood up and kind of just stood there until Goody just kind of fell off because. And that's been what's been happening to me, but actually it is perfect time to go into sort of the legs. So we're running out of time, but there's two options to go into the legs. So so Charlie stands up and picks me up. Yeah, so now guys, normally people will fall off, but what I'm gonna do is I can go into backside 90-10, and the other option that we're gonna go over is to go into the saddle. So there's two options. So again, guys, when the guy stands up and you kind of just hang there, you don't know what to do. Again, he's not in a position to defend his legs that well, that easily, quickly. He needs to literally, because basically all his effort is to just kind of keep you up, and you will, if you stay there long enough, you will fall off. And I have a really good Omoplata, and like I said, I fell off. So we're gonna go over that one again on the app, where there's a couple of possibilities, but my preferred, as you know, my preferred sort of leg entanglements are backside 90-10 and saddle. Guys, I will see you on the app side.